And staying with schools, after the shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas, heated debates have begun on how to keep America's school children safe. NTD's Jason Perry spoke with a public safety advisor to see what security strategies may be best for schools.
It automatically rolls the cameras and then tells police they're alerted within 60 seconds.
Jim Fuda is a public safety advisor, and he also worked over 33 years in law enforcement. After the shooting in Uvalde, Texas, Fuda said he sent a letter to almost all U.S. senators advising them on how to help prevent another school shooting. One thing he recommended is installing a wireless emergency management system by Safeguard OES.
They provide cameras in schools with links to the police department, links to the teacher through an app on their phone, and you can pinpoint an active shooter in a building to 3 square feet. Geocode him down to the room. It's a no-brainer, and it's not expensive.
Although some have advocated for having a single entrance and exit point to help prevent an active shooter, Fuda doesn't think that's a good idea.
I have an issue with securing and having one exit and entry point, only because that's just for an active shooter. Although rare, when they happen, they're catastrophic. But if you have a fire, you have any situation, people have to be able to exit the building. I'm more in favor of one entrance point, but the doors on the outside are locked, but people can exit from those doors. Kind of like at a movie theater or wherever it might be, an alarm sounds if that door opens, or, something like that. But
then I asked him what he thinks about arming teachers.
I don't think arming a teacher is a good idea. I think the mindset of the teacher is different than a police officer. You have to consider what the training's going to be, and do you want Mrs. McGillicuddy, the 3rd grade teacher, walking around with a .45 strapped to her hip? I just don't see it, and you're going to find too in some of these shooter situations that the actual shooter is an old student or even a current student. So how is that interaction going to go to eliminate a threat? I'm just not in favor of arming teachers.
Would a teacher think twice before shooting and killing his or her own student if the student was the active shooter? Fuda thinks there's a better option than arming teachers.
Yeah, I've always felt that the school resource officer was the way to go. Professionally trained, knows what they're doing, and we should all have one. Is even a mentor on in each one of the schools.
Meanwhile, in Texas, the owner of Schools on Target, a company that trains teachers to carry firearms in schools, spoke with the Epoch Times. He said since the Uvalde shooting, he has added 9 additional classes, which is double the amount he would usually have in June and August. Jason Perry, NTD News.